Hi, readers. My name is Dawn Hughes, and I'm the coordinator for Booktrib's book club program. I'm here today with Cindy Wittstrom to talk about her heartfelt memoir, When the Breaks Fail. It's one of the books taking part in Booktrib's book club program for October. Thanks for taking a few minutes of your time to talk to us, Cindy.
My pleasure.
We're going to dive right in because we only have about 5 minutes. So, writing a memoir, I can imagine, is such a personal and perhaps emotionally draining endeavor. Why did you decide to share your story?
Well, I felt it was time for a real discussion about bipolar illness and mental health itself. And I've been working on this memoir for probably 35, 40 years. And I knew I had a lot to say, but I didn't realize how much I had to say. It's the bipolar illness brings with it so much stigma, so much shame, as does anxiety, depression, PTSD, ADHD. It's just a whole ball of wax. And I just wanted it to be brought forth. Now, some, significant personalities come up and they, come out and say about an illness or whatever. But I wanted this book to be an everyday book about everyday people. And I just felt like the need to reach out. It's an illness just like any other illness, whether you have diabetes, whether you have heart disease. This just happens to be a mental illness. And when you get the diagnosis, you can't fall apart. You just have to make a plan. And that's what I've done. And
I think that bipolar is one of the mental illnesses that is really misunderstood. I think it's one of the ones that has some stigma attached to it that is just not, what it should be. And I think that this is such an important book for sure.
Yes. There is, as in any kind of illness, there's quite the spectrum. There's, the bipolar that mine left for about 8 years, which was pretty much dormant, I think 18 years. So I thought it was pretty much dormant and that it wasn't going to resurface. And then there was stress, there was sleepless nights, and it just started, rearing its ugly head. And I had to be treated for it. And I actually went into a hospital. And best thing I ever did, have somebody look at me, reassess the drugs. And so it's so treatable. And I think that people have made it to be such a scary illness that it with treatment and with medication, it can be managed.
That's such a good message. Sounds like there's a number of great messages, and it might seem obvious why this would make such a great book club book, but why do you think that this would make such a great book club selection?
Well, I think it would make a great book club suggestion because I think it would lend itself to discussion. 1 in 5 people in the United States have a mental illness. No matter what tag you want to put on it, that's 1 in 5. That's a lot of people. Mm-hmm. That's why I think this book is so important. And I can't say I've been giving a book to somebody, a friend or a relative, and then I'll give them another book and said, this one's not for you. You give it away, because I just feel as though the book shouldn't sit on a shelf or on a table. It should be given away because somebody needs this book. Yeah. Somebody that you don't suspect needs the book. And I just think it's an opportunity. And I think that's why the book club ought to choose the book.
I'm really looking forward to reading it. Thank you. Speaking of reading, we're going to shift away from your book. And I want to ask you, have you been reading lately? And what's the best book, fiction or nonfiction, you've read in the last year?
Read Kristen Hanna's book, The Nightingale. And I was just, I couldn't put it down. It was so good. The main character, Isabel, a young woman who helped rescue pilots from during World War II. I just felt she was so strong and she was so willing to do whatever was necessary, with the mission that was hers.
Right.
And it was amazing to me. I liked the book a lot.
Well, it sounds like one I need to add to my list. Thank you. So we do need to wrap this up, but I want to thank you again for your time and wish you luck with the book. I'm certainly going to be one of the first in line to grab it. So for more information about Cindy's book, please check out the book club page on the booktrib.com website. Good luck, Cindy. Thank you.